This year, last year, you go back to last year, slow starts were one of the issues with this team. This year hasn't been the case, especially this last month or so. What do you think's kind of gone into that and kind of turning that aspect of the game around?
Yeah, I think it's just putting an emphasis on things, but it's also just a lot of higher level of execution. I think when you look at last year, that is one thing that kind of stands out is the slow starts and things like that. And so, we preach every week about starting fast, but ultimately just playing a full 60 minutes. And so, we've definitely been happy with the way that we've been starting games, but got to continue to build and continue to get better and things like that.
Your job becomes a lot easier when you get a great offensive line around you. What have you noticed about maybe the way that unit's been connected the last 3 games and perhaps allowed you to really get through progressions, survey the field, and just maybe awesome decision process?
Yeah, no, I can't say enough good things about those guys. I'm definitely extremely lucky as a quarterback here to play behind a group like that. There's not a lot of groups in the country that have what we have up front, and so definitely don't take that for granted. Whether it's in the run game or the passing game, they really do a great job. They can really take over a game. That's a really special group up front, and we're lucky they're on our team.
That new iPad technology has it helped in terms of you get back onto the sideline and you and Bill or the quarterbacks can kind of look at the play and be like, has it helped at all compared to what you did last year?
Yeah, I laugh because I make jokes about there ain't no hiding anymore. So as soon as you make a mistake in the game, he's gonna let you know about it. But it really helps from the standpoint of you're able to kind of assess the way the defense wants to play you early. There's not a lot of secrets going on anymore. I think it helps with in-game adjustments. I think it helps with just looking at how they're dealing with certain things that we're doing game plan wise. So it's definitely a huge asset for us. I love the way that we use it. I love our kind of efficiency. We're not spending all day over there on the iPad. It's kind of take a look at it, assess it, move on, and get to the next drive. So definitely an asset for us, and I'm glad we're using it.
So what do you particularly play? Maybe another example where it's helped you down the road that way?
Yeah, I don't know about particular examples, but it kind of helps us when we see, okay, well, they're going to adjust to this motion this way. We thought this would be a really good game plan play, but they decided to play our tight end this way. Whatever the case may be. So I think it really helps with that kind of stuff. And it also, I think another thing that it helps with is it kind of cuts out that. If we run a play and the coaches are saying, "Oh, well, the defense did this," when they really did something else, well, it cuts out that that conversation because all you got to do is look at the iPad and you can tell them. You know what I mean? So I think it allows for a lot more efficient communication on the sidelines.
You guys have built up all this momentum the last couple of games. How do you keep that going against Northwestern?
Yeah, I think it's just a week-to-week focus. We've got to continue to get a week better. We've got to continue to practice really well. In this league, you really can't look ahead or look back. If we've seen many things this college football season, it's that any given Saturday somebody can beat somebody. And so we got to respect our opponent. We got to respect, what they do, and the best way for us to do that is by preparing really well. We've got to go out and play a good game if we want to win. If we want to win on Saturday.
Braedyn, it can be hard sometimes to evaluate offensive line play, just like the average fan. From your perspective, what do you think is working so well and that group's doing to give you time and help this offense function the way that it is?
Yeah, they're just really, they're really high skilled, but I think they're really experienced. A lot of those guys are third, fourth year guys. They've been in the fire a lot. They're extremely tough. Those guys, they play through so much. Extremely smart. We make adjustments on the fly in the game at halftime all the time. And, it takes them one time to get things right. They're really good at what they do. They're really high end from an execution standpoint. I love playing with those guys. We've got a great, connection and chemistry. They know what I want and I know what they want and that kind of thing. And so, I think everything starts with our O-line, and it's kind of really helped us play well the last few weeks.
Curious your thoughts on October being renamed October.
Yeah, I've heard about that. At this point, I'm kind of leaning into it. I mean, that's all I've been hearing around the building. But, you know, I mean, like I said, it's one game at a time. It's a week-to-week focus. You know, that's the thing about success is, you know, you got to continue to work hard to keep having it. So, you know, we're focused on Northwestern. We're not leaning into anything that we hear, and you know, we want to play well this week.
You kind of talk about the offensive line play, and you know, you guys been able to take some deeper shots in games. Just can you speak to the comfort level that maybe they give you when you got to have that extra moment or two to kind of, you know, make that pass? What's that been?
No, I mean, it definitely, it's almost, you know, I'm going to say it's a comfort thing, but, you know, I think when you get into the course of a game and you feel like play after play, you kind of have the time to go through, you know, the second look or third look, things like that. You know, it's hard to get antsy whenever you have a lot going for you like that. So, like I said, can't say enough good things about those guys, whether it's in the passing game or the running game. They are the foundation of everything that we do, and it'll continue to be that way. And so, like I said, I'm glad they're on our team. They're doing a great job.
As you know, the presidential elections are coming up and they're targeting our demographic. And I'm not really into politics, but have you ever been approached formally and informally by a presidential campaign to promote any campaign? I don't know.
No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks, Braedyn.